Hello everyone, welcome back to the Rumble Cast episode 6. We think it's episode 6. We're losing track. I'm Excoundrel, joined by Big Math. We have just done the first half of the podcast over on Big Math's channel. I'll put the link to that in the description below so you guys can go over and check it out. We covered out sort of how to build a deck. We then built a deck live in the podcast, which we're going to try and use in the next season. You guys can feel free to use it as well. I'm not going to tell you about it. You've got to go watch. Then we got a bit of a discussion about whether the game is in a better state, which the overall consensus is yes, it's getting there. It's getting into a better spot. And then we kind of went through some of our favorite PvE missions because it's nice to celebrate how well designed some of the PvE missions are in this game. I think they've done a good job with most of them. And I'm going to speed run now onto a sneeze, maybe. Am I going to sneeze? No. I'm not going to sneeze, but that sneeze could come back, and if it does, I'll let you know.
It could come back. It could come back for me too.
But yeah, let's get on to the state of PvP. And I think, like Big Math, we were a bit doom and gloom in the last couple of podcasts. I think there were some criticisms, and we were kind of going hard. And I think it's been fair. I think it's fair to make those criticisms, but also it is important to recognize when things are getting better. And what I will say about the state of PvP right now is that they made some honor changes in the last patch. And those honor changes essentially meant that it was easier to get to 4K honor for a leader. Slightly easier to get, more significantly easier to get to 3K, and then slightly easier to get between 3 and 4K on a leader. And that has opened up a lot of new participants in the sort of the higher elo bracket. I don't know what it's like on the North American server, and I've heard whisperings of a global matchmaking potentially coming. I don't know who sort of has, I can't remember who told me that, but basically there's potentially a global matchmaking coming to the table, which would be awesome because me and Big Math can try and queue into each other. But I think like it has got better. I am finding matches much more quickly, and my leaders are currently let's have a look. Where are my leaders? My top 3 are 4.5K, 4.4K, and 4.3K. And I'm finding matches on those leaders now relatively consistently. And I'm finding a lot of new faces. I used to be matching into the same 4 or 5 people all the time. I'm now matching into lots of different new people, which tells me there's probably been a load of people that have played the game, spent a lot of money, got high-level units, and completed the PvE campaign, and are now starting to PvP. Because there are people that I'm matching into that have got like loads of level 9s and I've never seen them before. And I'm like, how have I never seen this person before? And they've got all of these level 9 units. And I'm like, crazy that this guy is now higher leveled than me and I've never seen this person on ladder. But it's good because, you know, I'm getting a lot of good matches, much more evenly matched in terms of levels. The matchmaking is much quicker. And I'm generally having a better experience in PvP than I was previously. I don't know what it's like over on your side on North America, but it just feels like PvP's in a slightly better spot.
Yeah, it's kind of like I would completely agree, but what I was gonna say is it's like hard to put your finger on what exactly changed, but I also have a much better experience in PvP. I don't know if it's the honor increase. I don't know what it is, but yeah, like I'm playing a lot more against the top player though, which I didn't see earlier. I think because like it allowed me to now reach I could always reach 4K, but like I didn't have enough time to play, but now it's like you get much more honor. So if you get like a good win streak, you can get to 4K in like a single evening. And then now I'm playing against a lot of the top players because I recognize all their name. I've been spammed the Jaina emote on me like a few times, so that means I'm playing against...
Have you been playing against Fieldsy? Has Fieldsy been...
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
He has been spamming the Jaina emote on me.
I think he's like one of the... There's only 3 people in the world, I think, that have got the Jaina emote right now. Just while we were recording this podcast, Tic Tac messaged me. He's got the emote and he's now rank 2 in the world.
Okay.
So like, yes, he's doing amazingly. He's going for the rank 1 spot, I think, and he's obviously having a good time with it. But yeah, I mean, I'm also matching into top people. I have never beaten Tic Tac. I get absolutely slammed every time I play Tic Tac, but I have beaten some of the other top players.
Yep, same here.
I'm getting there.
Same here. It's actually funny. I think I won a game against Towlad at one point. So like, there's interesting
drama. He's given up. Towlad stopped playing.
But
not recently. I think he might have come back recently, but like he is only at 12k. So if you look at the leaderboards, Taulad is only at like 12.3k, and he was the biggest whale on the server. And apparently, it's because Fieldsy was absolutely like beating the crap out of him every time they played, and so he then just stopped.
That's crazy. What are your sources? Is it Fieldsy?
No, but if you look at the ladder, you can see that Taulad's like far below where he should be for his levels.
Yeah,
because his levels are like he's like level 10.
But it's just very fun to see the top players, and I think we should be both top 50, right? I think we're both top 50 at this point.
Yeah, I had a look this morning. Rumble, the better one is well, there are two places you can look, but apparently the most up to date is rumbledb.com. So
I have a sponsor with them soon coming out.
Oh gee, I'm ranked 25 in the world. I'm one below Arclight Battery.
Wow.
So Arclight is 24. I'm currently ranked 25.
Do you know where? I think I should be like around 50. Maybe it changed to.
What's your overall on a?
12k plus. 12. Wait. No, 11. Sorry, 11.3.
I think you'll be.
Okay, I'm.
Whilst you were doing your finals, I think a few people caught up. What's your name in gaming? And is it?
I'm 63. I'm 63. It's Matt Payload.
You're 63. Oh, Matt Payload. Yeah. So whilst you're doing your finals, a few people caught up.
All right, I'll
you're top 100 in the game right now.
So pretty much, if you're Dark Iron, you're top 50 in the world.
Yes, if you're Dark Iron Overseer, you're top 50 in the world.
Yeah. So that means that's crazy though. Top 50 of the world. So then Dark Iron Overseer 2, 3, Mithril, True Silver, Thorium, Elementum, Arcane Reaper, and Arclight Mastermind is 49 people.
So, True Silver Tactician has 3 people in it right now.
That's crazy.
Mithril Calcutron has 2 people in it right now. Dark Iron Overseer 3 has about 7. Overseer 2, which is where I'm at, has about 8. And then Overseer 1 has got about 20 something.
Well,
so yeah,
I mean
that's
that's a clear example that they have to rework that a little bit.
They got to condense the ladder, right? And and I still have my issues about the PvP rewards. Like the fact that only 2-3 people in the world have got the emote at the moment is like
I feel like
because
top 50 should be Arclight Mastermind and Arcanite Reaper, right? That's where the top 50 should be.
If you were looking at other games and how they would set their top 50 in the world, yes, your absolute upper echelon in like Clash Royale, your top 200 in the world or whatever it is in Clash Royale are going to be in the top tier.
Yeah.
They need to condense the ladder a little bit for sure. They need to reduce it by about 5k in my opinion. I think the top threshold should be 15k, and then beyond 15k, you're kind of like
I would just give an inflation. I think that would be cooler because you'd see more difference between the players.
Also, just increase the honor gain again up until certain levels.
Well, I feel like it's not the same. Like I think they increase the honor gain, but you also lose the same amount.
I don't know how the honor gain and loss works.
I think like it was like plus 30 minus 30. Now it's like plus 70 minus 70. So it really.
Oh, okay. So you're still losing as much as you're winning.
Yeah, like what I would do is actually like plus 70 minus 50 for like or minus 20 and
up until a certain point, right? Though, because otherwise everyone will just get inflated. Because
yes, that's what I'm saying. Like you do like a curve, a smooth curve to it, right?
I still think they should increase the level caps as well. I still think there should be a level 7 cap up until maybe 4k, or a level 7 cap maybe even up until 5k.
Yes, but we're starting to being whales. We're dolphins at this point.
Well, I'm a mini whale. I have spent too much money on this game.
Let's play plus or more. 500.
Oh no, below 500.
Okay.
No, but we're talking GBP, right? So.
Oh yeah. Okay. 300.
So what's the exchange rate of GBP to Canadian dollars?
I think it's like
1.7. So.
Yeah, 30% less. Canadian dollar in GDP, I guess. Or that's.
Yeah, there or thereabouts. It's about 30% less.
Okay, so let's say 300.
It's probably about right. I
Yeah.
probably spent about 300,
Okay.
300 GBP on the game, so
Yeah.
probably about 500 Canadian dollars on the game. Yeah.
No, I feel sometimes I feel bad when I just smash someone that's level 6. I'm like, dude, why are you here? Like I mean,
When I
there's
play
no way
level
I'm
7s,
losing.
and there's some people on the game that I play that are level 7s, and there's some video there's some video footage that I'm going to put out over the next week of me mostly playing level 9s, but then sometimes playing level 7s. And when it's a level 7, I just feel bad because most
Yeah.
of my minis are level 9 that I'm playing in these games.
Level 9.
And so
For me, like they're level 8, and like 1 or 2 will be level 9.
So I've got Quillbore, Safe Pilot, Griffin Rider
Oh, those are so
at
good.
level 9. I
Those
know,
are
level 9.
great ones.
I've also got level 9 Execute now,
Oh,
so
no.
it's really disgusting on like
You're
lower level players.
Oh my god.
Yeah, I don't have a level 9 Dark Iron Miner, and I don't have
Who cares?
yeah, and I don't have many level 9 leaders, so I don't have many epic leaders.
Yeah, but like they're useless because, like, let's say Baron, like the skeletons depends on your main base, and Old Murkai too. So like both of them don't have to be level 9.
I mean, when I play Baron, I actually very rarely even play Baron as a unit.
And like Jaina, you're only playing it for the spell reduce and the spell cost reduce and spell damage.
I'm actually looking forward to the next map rotation and turret rotation. Sorry, because I have a level 9 Hogger. So it's one of the only there are only two leaders that I have at level 9, and they're both leaders that you actually want to play.
I have
one
level
of them
9
is Rend. I actually could get level 9 Sneed, so I do have a rare with 25 stars Sneed, but I'm not going to spend 8k Arclight energy on upgrading my Sneed to rare, epic. I have Rend and I have Hogger at level 9. And so Rend is a unit that you can play. Obviously, you need to play in games. And then Hogger is someone that you definitely want to play in that deck. So at least they've got like kind of relevant leaders at level 9, I guess.
I have this like 14 stars for Rend here in the shop that I'm gonna wait for.
Oh yeah, that's nice.
Yeah, but for my other level 9s, I have like, or my other epics, I have like Whelps are good. That's
yeah,
good.
I've got Whelpegs. I've got Whelpegs.
But I have a Corehound at epic because it wasn't my shop, so I had to buy it.
Don't sniff Corehound epic. It's not bad.
Well, yeah, I'm playing Corehound in my old Murkai list, but I still have to level it up. You see, it's level 24, so I have to bring to level 25 to be right.
To be level 9. Yeah.
Yeah, but Griffin Rider is great. I've been trying to get my Griffin Rider to epic. I'm missing just a few stars.
Oh, you're so close. Yeah, you're so close.
I got my safe as well. Oh, I started my... Actually, the other one I'm working on is my Dark Spirit Troll. I want to get to level 9 because it gets one shot by all level 9 safe.
I've got a level 9 Dark Spear Troll. Yeah, I've got, in terms of minis, I've got Whelpegs, Drake, Harpies, Quillbore, Chimera, Fire Elemental, because I bought it in the shop at Epic. So I've got a random level 9 Fire Elemental. Oh, you've got Gargoyle. I really want to get Gargoyle.
Yeah, Gargoyle for PvE has been my MVP for sure. Just ramming down a Gargoyle down in a lane.
Yes.
For every single dungeon, now that my Gargoyle's level 25 with the extra 3 level, every single dungeon I can bring any leader to gold. Because like doesn't matter what I'm playing. I'm just shoving Gargoyle in
Gargoyle, yeah.
So I mean, I think that was a good pick, but that's like PvE only.
I've got Safe Pilot, Griffin Rider, Huntress. I've got level 9. I could get Harvest Golem to level 9, but I don't want to spend the Arclight energy on it right now.
I think it's a phase.
Yeah, maybe. I've got Stonehoof Tauren. I've got Troll Headhunter. I've got Execute. And that's it. That's my level 9s. So I've got quite a lot of level 9s now. Which is good. Because I needed them to compete at this level. Well, if I didn't have the level 9s at this level, I would be getting battered every time I went into PvP. So
exactly, I'm getting a hard time and I guess that's perfectly on topic with, for example, my Cairn list plays Dark Patrol, and my Dark Patrol will be level 8. So I don't care about any of the other minis. With my Dark Patrol level 8, it's just like the point of playing Dark Patrol with Cairn is so the Dark Patrol doesn't get one shot by the safe. But now it does if the opponent's level 9, right? So I really need my Dark Patrol up to 9. I just can't play the deck. So that's a little bit like...
That's a sour taste, isn't it? Like, yeah. It's a sour taste. You like you the levels do mean the most obnoxious thing, the most obnoxious level is Griffin Rider, right? Griffin Rider, if you are one level above the enemy Griffin Rider, one-shots it, but you don't die.
I think that's much worse, actually. Because the whole point of the deck is having a Dark Patrol that survives.
No, I agree. I think you're. I'm not saying that the Griffin Rider one is worse.
Oh, okay, I thought you were saying. Yeah, but I agree. No. Just like the interaction.
It's just another example of like where levels actually. And that's one of the sad things that you just like. I don't want levels to have that amount of impact, but they obviously do. But I have found that obviously it's so hard to get things to level 10 that you very rarely see any level 10s in the game.
So I've seen, man. What's his name? Arthas or whatnot. He's top 5 for sure.
Arthie, Arthie. He's got a lot of level 10s.
Yeah.
Sky's on the European server, but he's got level 10s. Fields, he's got level 10s. I think Kali Thumos also has level 10s.
Yeah. Oh, they all destroyed me, I think. Like Arthie just destroyed me with level 10s. Kali Thumos as well.
My biggest problem is that I still am not very good at dealing with deep breath decks, and that's another thing that I'm not super big fan of. Is that even though they nerf deep breaths, people are still just using it because it's a very annoying spell to have to deal with.
Yeah.
And so I'm still getting battered by deep breath players, which is really annoying.
It's very hard to win against someone who has deep breath for sure. All right. Should we
carry on. We should carry on. So that's that. People in general, PvP's in a pretty good spot. I'm happy with it. I think like the fact that more people are playing at the top level is really nice. And I think overall, like that's all I wanted. I just wanted there to be more population at the top end of the ladder, and that's what we're getting at the moment, which is pretty good.
Yeah. No, it's definitely better. Still some improvement to be made, but it's definitely better. It's just more fun. Give it a shot, guys.
But they need to put better rewards.
Right. Just one last thing I forgot. I just talked to my friend Chris again yesterday. Okay, and I asked him the question point blank: why aren't you playing PvP? Because we used to play Clash Royale together a lot, and he was a big PvP guy, right? And he just told me. And that proves exactly what you were talking about earlier. And he told me, it's just, dude, when I open my game, I just try to work towards my progress. Once I do reach end game, then I'm going to do PvP. But right now, like, heroic missions just give me so much more rewards. Dungeon, I have to bring all my decks to full gold. So every time I'm playing, I'm just trying to upgrade my stuff, and then I'll play PvP. So, I mean, that's good news, I guess. That means there's probably a lot of players that are in this situation. But that also means that if they put better reward, they could bring more players to PvP for sure.
Absolutely.
Anyway, I just wanted to tell you that because it made me think about what we talked on the other episodes. Go ahead.
Yeah, no, makes perfect sense. And I think like this again, I think there's a lot of people in that situation.
Yeah.
I guess now we're going to cover the elephant in the room, which was the season of bugs. And this will be last week for you guys because we're releasing this on Christmas Day. But the season of bugs for last week. Now, just to recap, the first bug was the Arclight Surge bug, which allowed you to endlessly repeat Arclight Surges to gain infinite gold. There were some crazy screenshots going around of like bot farmers that had somehow generated hundreds of thousands of gold.
700,000 gold.
Yes, hundreds of thousands worth of gold in the game. But most people who exploited it, and I actually, believe it or not, I'm going to be honest here, if I had the chance to exploit it, I probably would have done. I didn't play the game quickly enough. But most people who exploited it probably got somewhere between 3,000 and 5,000 gold. A lot of people kind of just did like 100 runs of it or something and got a load of gold off the back of that. So yeah, we had people generate a bunch of gold. They then took the servers down, redid it. Arclight Surge wasn't working properly. They didn't take the gold back, or at least haven't taken the gold back from everyone yet. As far as I'm keeping across, is that some people have gone into gold debt, and some people haven't gone into gold debt, and still have their gold. And then they've apparently given out 500 gold to some people for the error. I have not received 500 gold. Some people have received three times 500 gold, and they received a random 1,500 gold from Blizzard. So again, bugs all over the place with that. The next bug Actually, do you know what? Let's talk about this one first. We'll talk about the next bug in a minute. So that was the TLDR. The outcome has been that some people have had their gold taken away or have gone into negative gold. Some people haven't. Basically everyone spent it when they got hold of it. And that is essentially what I call an interest-free loan from Blizzard. They've essentially had a loan of gold to advance their account progress, and they obviously now need to work that loan off. But it's interest-free. It's not like they've been charged any interest on it. So they kind of got away with it for free ultimately. And I don't know if you watched Arclight Battery's video today, but essentially he said that basically the non-response from Blizzard is encouraging people to kind of make these bad behavior choices in the future, because Blizzard haven't really done anything about it. They've kind of just gone, oh, well, they haven't massively communicated on it outside of the Discord. And people who are kind of playing in good faith, look, and I think most people would have exploited the Arclight bug, frankly. I don't think anybody wouldn't have exploited the Arclight bug. It's free gold. But like people who kind of play in good faith would kind of looked at this and thought, well, I didn't exploit it and I'm not getting rewarded for it, and they're not really getting punished for it either. So it doesn't feel good. So I don't know, like, what's your take on the whole situation?
My take personally, I really don't think it's that big of a deal. The whole thing that happened. I don't know. I think like everything was blown out of proportion. Just way too much, like the community reaction. For me personally, like, I mean, the thing is, like, there's a lot of intellectual dishonesty here. Like, some people have been saying, like, yeah, but I didn't know it was like an exploit. Just like played it. That's not true. I mean, or people that have like, if you did it a couple of times maybe, but like, if you've done it 100 times, like you knew what you were doing.
Well,
right?
you knew what was going on. Yeah. Like,
so yeah, like I think it's just like, and I don't care honestly. I think like the issue is like, for let's say it's like the extreme examples again. Like if everyone did it for like 2K gold, then, and I didn't do it, by the way, and I did it by good faith, but also like Blizzard explicitly told us, the content creators, not to do it, and I want to respect what they asked, because I don't know, we're working with them, we're trying to help creating a good game. But I mean, if I wasn't making content, I think I would have definitely exploited. I don't know. I'm just trying to be honest, but yeah, if everyone got 2K gold, I mean, I think I wouldn't have cared, and I wouldn't have cared.
Merry Christmas, everybody.
Exactly, right? The thing is, like 700,000 gold, then that's an issue, right? Because there's so few players that have level 10s that like adding 10 players with level 10s, just 10 in each region, which is pretty much the amount of bots they were, now sucks. Because playing against someone that's full level 10 everywhere sucks. It's a terrible experience, right? And if it happens like 5 times more at top of the ladder, that's when it would have sucked, especially if it's because of the fact that there was a bug that people exploited while we didn't. But like, for me, that's extreme cases. And if you deal with those extreme cases and you just like give 2K gold to everyone, then like that issue wouldn't happen. Like, I guess more people would be closer to level 8, 9, but it's not like almost a good thing, you know? Like, I think that's my take on it. I think it's also, like I mentioned, just it was blown out of proportion. I think like people who really, really exploited it should have it reverted. But people that did it quite a bit, but that aren't extreme cases, I don't care. What is your take?
No, look, you know, like I said, the Arclight Battery's take was interesting, because he kind of said like the non-response from Blizzard means that people will be encouraged to do it in the future. But frankly, like, I'm going to be honest with you, even if I could have, I would have done it. I actually would have done it. I would have just taken the free gold. And I'm a content creator. But then I didn't actually get to do it, because by the time that I realized it was going on, it would basically already been fixed. But regardless, it's, you know, anybody that says they wouldn't take a free bunch of gold in a game due to a bug, when gold is a finite resource and costs you real money, is lying at their teeth. I mean, I know you, because you're a content creator and you were asked not to by Blizzard, but like you said, if you weren't a content creator and you were playing the game as a casual, absolutely you're taking the free gold in that situation.
Allegedly.
Like, there's no yeah, exactly, there's no way you're not, right? And I agree with you. I'm like, look, a couple of people got a nice little payday, but to get like a significant chunk of gold, you would have had to have done like 200 or 300 Arclight Surges in a row. And there's no one that has the mind power to do 200 Arclight Surges in a row. It's just absolutely nutty. Obviously, like I said, I want the bot cases of like the hundreds of thousands to be reverted if they were at all true. I don't know how true the screenshots were. They could have been photoshopped, obviously, but you know, let's put our hat on and say that they were true. Those are the cases that obviously I would like Blizzard to look into and revert. But for the most part, like, if Blizzard takes away the gold from everyone that then spent it anyway, great. They got a little bit of an account boost, like you said, maybe progress past some PvE campaigns to keep themselves interested, or as you mentioned, get closer to level 8 so they can kind of be more competitive on the PvP ladder. I'm okay with that. I'm actually okay with that.
And also, because this created a lot of negativity, which I didn't expect. That's what I'm saying. Like the thing about like overreaction, but I understand. Like, I'm not discrediting any feelings, but I just want to say that I think I'm allowed to say that, right? But they are on, like, they are, or let's say that companies normally when they go like they take a holiday break at about this period, so they might not have all been in the office. Let's say it like that. And it's okay, guys. Like, it takes time to change stuff. People are allowed to rest as well. So like, they kind of acted fast. Like, it was over by like the end of the day, right? So I don't know. Like, I think if all hands on deck, like we say, if that was the case, it would have been maybe a little bit quicker. But like, I mean, I think it's important to. I think we missed the context when the game initially launched, but I think now it's like important to actually note the fact that they might not all be there, and it's normal that they might have some issues. Keep in mind, like, those people are on break. Like, some people need to come back from break just to fix a bug before going back into break. So the reason they're not being so communicative is just like they're not all there. They're on the break. So
yeah, no, they're on holiday. Like, I mean, we don't know how big the dev team is in terms of like the wider dev team for Rumble. But ultimately, yeah, they're on Christmas break now. They're going away for their holidays to see their family. The devs are real people too. But you know, like, frankly, the Arclight Surge thing, I don't care as much about. That was less important for me because ultimately it was a small amount of gold. It was probably like 20 euros for everyone worth of gold that they were able to grind. To me, it's just a nice little Christmas present. Like, hooray, everyone gets a free bit of gold to help sort of boost their account. And you know, when these things happen, it almost encourages people to want to keep playing because, you know, some people will find that the game gets a bit grindy and a bit stale, but then you get this moment where you sort of get a big injection of cash, you hit that next level, and suddenly things feel a bit fresher again. And I like, you know, that happened a lot of the times through me ultimately spending money. But if I got it for free from free gold from Arclight Surge, even better. So yeah, I wasn't as bothered about the Arclight Surge one, if I'm honest with you. And you know, what else were we going to do? We weren't going to ban every player that participated in that because we'd have no players left. Yeah. So like, you know, I think like just if Blizzard want to go give them a negative gold amount, fair enough. Like, but they got an interest-free loan, they advanced their account, and the only caveat that I have is a psychological barrier of seeing negative gold in the top right-hand side of your corner. Like, let's say that you're a player and you've just like suddenly got minus 5,000 gold to work off. And like every time that you do Arclight Surge, just slowly getting it to a lower minus number. To me, that might be a kind of a blocker psychologically for wanting to continue playing. And so that's my only caveat, is that the minus gold outcome doesn't feel great for a lot of players that then might feel like psychologically less interested in playing. Because
we don't even know if they did that. Like,
I've seen a Reddit post. It's happened to at least one person.
Yeah.
So I've seen a Reddit post.
Post, right? But like, I haven't like seen a lot of people tell me, yeah, I have negative like a 1k gold or.
Yeah, no, I agree. I haven't seen that many people say the same thing either. But like I said, I've seen a Reddit post at least, so there is definitely people that it has happened to.
Yeah.
It's just about like how widespread that is or not. And then people, even in that Reddit post, people were saying, I haven't had minus gold, and then I randomly got given 3 times 500 gold, so I got even more gold for free. So there, you know, it doesn't seem to be consistent across the board in terms of what's actually happened.
Yeah. So do you want to take us to the next bug?
Yeah, this is the one that I was more tilted about, and I'm sure everybody was kind of slightly tilted about this one. You're not bothered, but I was quite bothered because I'm massively gated by the resource that everyone got loads of for free on this one. So essentially, what happened was there was a season 2, I think, like pack in the shop. It was worth about 17 GBP, so probably like you said, 20-ish for you. And it originally had Jaina with 15 stars and then a load of other random stuff. It then got changed because I think it was originally supposed to be Chimera because season 2. It then got changed to Chimera. And for, I think, about 17 minutes, it was Chimera plus 968 stars or something like that. And for those of you that don't know,
9,000.
yeah. And no, I think it was 900 and something.
I thought it was 9K, 9.63 something K.
No, because you would have got like a billion Arclight energy.
Also, the extra stars convert into Arclight energy?
Yes. So what happened is when you get a mini to, I think it's like 25 over epic. So whatever you need past the epic to get to legendary, and you get the max symbol on your mini. When you get the max symbol on your mini, every time that you buy a star or get a star for that mini, it converts into, I believe, 240 Arclight energy or something like that. So every mini that you get past max for a mini converts to Arclight energy. So what happened is people bought this 900 and something stars Chimera. It instantly maxed, and then they got about 900 stars worth of Arclight energy. And if we do... I think it's like 240 times. I'm going to do my calculator real quick. It's like 240 times 900. Yeah, you're 200. That's 216,000. So essentially, everyone who bought this ended up with about 200,000 Arclight energy, which is enough Arclight energy to get epics for 20, 25 of your minis, which is like a good portion of your overall account. And once you get to a certain point in the game, which is the point that Big's kind of at now, and the point that I've been at for a couple of weeks, you are massively gated by Arclight energy, because it costs 8,000 to get. It costs 8,000 to get a mini from rare to epic. The other thing is that there is no real way to farm Arclight energy, so there isn't really a good way to farm Arclight energy. Because once you've done the maximum dungeon tiers that you can do, there is no other way to get Arclight energy on a consistent basis. You don't get it in daily rewards. You get a pathetic amount in PvP. The only other way you can do is spend gold on it, which obviously then you have to make the decision between spending gold on it or spending gold on stars on your minis. So at some point, you'll end up spending most of your gold on Arclight energy that you're able to generate for a certain amount of time. So Arclight energy becomes a real resource gate for a lot of players kind of at that epic-ish level. And a lot of people ended up with 200,000 for a ridiculous price, which is amazing, obviously. But very sad for those of us that didn't get the chance to buy it.
Yeah. I think once again, I don't care. That's my take on it. But I don't care about people getting it and not me. I guess it's just like elevating an issue that I didn't think about more than that. And I'm looking here, like a bundle gives you 1,500 Arclight energy, right? And like, doesn't Arclight energy feels like well, first of all, there's a finite amount of Arclight energy, right? If you can't grind them, like you have some into the PvP reward track, which is almost nothing. You get a little bit of that in your war chest, I guess. And then you have your dungeons, right? But isn't there like a finite amount of Arclight energy? So does that mean like
there's a finite amount of Arclight energy.
A free-to-play player will never be able to max out an account?
No, because what they'll do is they'll take the gold from surges and spend it on Arclight energy at the bottom of the screen. So it's like you have to make that decision between spending on stars or spending on Arclight energy eventually.
Okay.
Which feels bad.
Yeah, but I mean, doesn't that happen only at the very, very end?
Yeah, well, eventually you'll get to the point where I'm at, where you've got several minis ready to go for Arclight energy, and you want to upgrade them, and so instead of spending more gold on the grid, you have to spend gold on Arclight energy, because otherwise you just can't upgrade the minis.
Yeah, no, that feels bad, but I think that's not I don't think the bug is an issue. I think it's the system that's an issue, I guess. Especially because I don't want to rotate my slots anymore.
Yeah, exactly. Like I said,
especially for videos, I got to do video. I got to rotate my slots. So anyway,
like I said, one of the things that I brought up in the creator program, which I put it out there, it hasn't been, no one's said yes to it, and I think it probably won't get said yes to, is that I'd love the creator program to give a small amount of Arclight energy per month, like not a huge amount, but like because I can't re-roll slots anymore because like I can't upgrade my minis because it's too. And when this initially, I wasn't thinking about this when this first happened, right? So when it first got the change from gold to Arclight energy, I think both me and you were like, "That's a great change." Like,
Yeah.
no, we've got loads of Arclight energy. This is fantastic. I've now got to the point where Arclight energy is a massive resource gate, and
Yeah.
it costs me like I've spent I actually have overspent on re-rolling slots for videos to the point where
Me too.
I probably missed out on an entire epic at this point from the re-rolls that I've done from certain decks. And that feels crap as a content creator because I'm like, I want to be able to show off cool decks by re-rolling slots and making sure they're viable, but I can't because I need that Arclight energy to upgrade my minis.
Yep. Yeah.
So, yeah.
Well, that's another issue. Let's try to stay positive. Let's try for a single video. That's another issue. But I just think the bug, I don't care. I don't care by how Blizzard acted as well. Like, I mean, people got some Arclight energy. Like,
well, I think Blizzard's hands were tied. Like, ultimately, I think Blizzard's, from a legal perspective, Blizzard were in a situation where people had spent real money on an offer that was presented to them. So, from a legal perspective, they should be entitled to buy what they were offered. And I think they actually could not do that. They could not change that. The only thing they could do was to refund everyone. But I think the problem they had with that is that it's all gone through Google Pay or Apple's App Store. And it made it much more difficult to actually go and refund people who had actually bought the pack. So from them, it's from so much work to have to refund them that they kind of just said, well, from a legal perspective, we can't change what they've bought, so they are just going to get the Arclight energy. And I agree. Like, congratulations to anyone that did buy it. I am sad that I wasn't quick enough to buy it because that would have set me up for life on my account.
you already bought the
Realistically,
Jaina, right?
yeah, I already bought Jaina, so I didn't even get it offered to me.
Yeah,
I was too.
same here.
I was too quick. I was too quick to buy the shitty offer that was sent put in front of me. But yeah, no,
it was pretty good.
It was a good offer. Yeah, but it's not as good as 960 stars. But yeah, no, I think like ultimately it was, you know, I am happy for the people that got it because something similar happened to me in another game. When I played Command & Conquer Rivals, in the first 3 days of playing, I bought a pack. And it wasn't displayed as this, but it bugged, and it gave me 9,999,999 gold coins, which was basically the similar. The gold coins did exactly what they did in CNC Rivals that they did in Warcraft Rumble. I never needed to buy a gold pack in that game ever again, and the developers didn't take it away. So it's happened to me. Like, that's happened to me in another game. I can't complain. Like, I took full advantage of it in another game that I played. But yeah, realistically, I am sad on this game because that's like 200 quid's worth of Arclight energy that I'm gonna have to spend manually now. But there you go.
Yep. All right. Do we have a third bug, or was that a fake out?
No, there was no real third bug. There've been some bugs around the 500 gold being distributed like more than once to players. That was I saw that on the Reddit today. There was a bug in the beta. I don't know if you remember it. Someone brought it up to me when we were talking about this. Quinn, he was saying that in the beta you could change your time zone, and you could basically do the daily rewards. And Blizzard didn't really act super quick on that either. I don't know. I don't think I was playing when that was a bug, but I'm not sure.
I wasn't aware of that bug, so I don't know.
But Arclight, I think it was in Arclight's video, and he was saying there was that bug around the daily rewards that you could essentially change your time zone and just do multiple daily rewards per day. You know, probably good when you're starting out.
I looked into it because I wanted to do dungeons earlier for like videos, but it was too complicated and I just gave up. I just accepted that like Australians are gonna have it's fine. We're gonna build the Australian community by them having the first dungeon.
Yeah, they get it 8 hours before me. Nothing I could do. I just have to kind of turn up on the next day and just hope
and I'm
that
6 hours after you, so it's
it's even worse. It's even worse, isn't it?
All right.
But yeah, no other major bugs. To be fair, no other major bugs that happened. But it was kind of an interesting week. A lot of fun things going on.
And I'm excited for the next topic. Take it away.
Yes, yeah. So they're kind of like the season 2 like roundup remainder. Like what have we got to come in season 2? before season 2 ends and we go into season 3. And you're probably the best person to kind of talk about what's changing because my game's not loaded up. So
Sure.
you could tell us what's changing for the remainder of season 2.
Yeah, well, just first of all, guys, I just want to say we're already like a third of the way in, which is crazy. I mean, pretty fast. It feels like season 2 just started, and then in 4 weeks we already have like well, I guess we'll just jump right into it, right? But we know that seasons are 6-week long, and we already 2 weeks in, and we are getting new towers, or we already got new towers, because we are definitely the 25th and not the Saturday before. But right now it's rocket towers. So we just got rocket towers. So this is a big game change from the dragon towers. Can you, just before I go into the next, or the modifier you're leaving, what is your take on the dragon towers? Did you enjoy them?
No.
Straight up, same here.
I will be very happy to see Dragon Towers go.
I feel like it restricts the meta way too much.
Yeah, Dragon Towers will be. I will not be sad to see these guys disappear into the ether. That's for sure.
Yeah, and also like I feel they should do like modifiers, where modifiers they do modifier clean fight, or at least that's what they're doing right now. I kind of wish they did that with towers. Guard towers, dragon, guard towers, rockets. I feel like.
Yeah.
I think the guard towers are supposed to be there more often. So that would mean half of the time. Yeah, I think that would be perfect. Just going like that. But anyway, we're getting rocket towers. This is the first time we're getting rocket towers. That's a discussion for another day. But rocket towers, big change. This is great. This flips the meta upside down completely. It for the better. So it opens up the possibilities instead of restricting them. I feel like Dragon Towers completely killed so many lists single-handedly, plus paired with the modifier. So I kind of talked about that in the last episode, where I mentioned that like they added some bad modifiers to then remove them artificially and then making the game better. But that's what's going to happen. So the Rocket Towers is going to make the game so much more fun. So for the next 2 weeks, we have Rocket Towers, completely new meta. We can't solve a meta in 2 weeks, so that's amazing. And then we're losing fortifications to get the clean fight, and that would be 2 weeks until the. So that once again is going to change the whole game. You are going to have to defend your second base for sure. You are going to have to. And so the meta might change, probably not as much as the rocket towers, but it still will. And then I think that's perfect to have I feel like Dragon Towers in Arathi Basin, like meta was really restricted. Then Rocket Towers meta is a little bit less restricted, and then you remove fortification. Okay, let's go all out. You can play whatever you want. There's less restriction. I think this is a cool way of going through a season. And plus, during that last week before Season 3. Season 3 is on the 21st of January. So the week before that, we'll probably have some announcements of Emperor Thaurissan, perhaps raids and stuff like that. So it's going to be a good period, a good end of season or rest of season. For me, I'm excited. I think Season 2 is so far much more of a success than Season 1.
Yeah, I agree with you. I think like Season 2 has been much more successful. Like I said, I'm not particularly fond of Dragon Towers. Very happy to see them go. I love that suggestion of rotating to like normal guard towers, then to a special tower, then back to a normal guard tower, because I'm looking forward for Clean Fight coming back. Is after Clean Fight, is it going to be back to Hero's Resolve, or the one where it levels up the hero?
I mean, I think there's some other ones that we haven't seen. Like there's one where you get double the amount of gold.
Oh gosh, really? That's insane.
Yeah, I've seen some other ones. I know there's a website somewhere where you can see them, I think. Let me see. Was it on Warcraft Rumble.gg? I can't find them. Guys, if you guys can find them, make sure to tell us in the comments down below. But apparently, I'm pretty sure there's that information somewhere. But there's some other ones. So it shouldn't go back to one we already saw. I don't know how many of them. But I mean, I would expect at least 3 or 4 more modifiers, right? Like there's a lot of different modifiers in the game. Or
Yeah, clean fight's my favorite though. Like I just like having a normal standard PvP experience.
yeah. Yeah, but the one with the extra level wasn't too bad.
No, that was cool, but it favored cycle decks, right? So it just kind of favored like
Yeah.
Hogger, Tyrion, you know, those kind of things where you would just get the leader out and go up in levels. Like Hogger on that modifier was insane. Like he was a top tier deck because you could just get Hogger out over and over again and he would level up.
Yep. Yeah, but then I think we're gonna have different. I think there's enough modifiers to be a different modifier we haven't seen until we get the PvP revamp. So, and then at the PvP revamp, we'll have tower modifiers as well, or siege modifiers and map pools. So I think we're looking good for PvP for a while, other than rewards, obviously, and
yeah,
and the lather.
I agree. But I'll be very happy to see Dragon Towers go because Dragon Towers, dude, like those things are just obnoxious and require a very specific style of play. They gate you out of half of the minis in the game that you can't really play because they're just too bad against that. Whereas I think Dragon Towers are a bit more like only squad minis are going to really suffer versus Dragon Towers, but even then you can kind of play around it with a good Quill Boar or a good Unbound Tank or something like that. So
yeah. And do you want to talk about perhaps season 3? So season 3, nothing confirmed other than Thaurissan.
Yes, we don't know exactly what's happening in season 3, but
so
we both imagine
Thaurissan.
we both imagine that Molten Core is going to come in that season at some point because it is a BlackRock leader being released, so it makes sense.
Yep.
Kind of attunes everyone to Molten Core as you used to have to do in original World of Warcraft. So it'll be interesting. Raids will be massive. There's going to be so much content to do around them. I think there's going to be a lot of really fun stuff to do.
Dude,
but I think
imagine raid, new PvP, and Thaurissan in season 3. Oh, that would be awesome if that's the case. If they all come together, that would be fantastic.
We've only got I think when we'll get a new map, won't we, when that releases? Because in 2 weeks' time we're going to have a change of the modifier, so we'll get the clean fight modifier.
Yes.
And then 2 weeks after that will be season 3. We'll get the new map, which will be Hillsbrad Foothills, which is the kind of the
we played
funny
this one in the
looking
beta
shape.
though.
We played the one in the beta.
But the people that played since global launch didn't. And this one's a cool map. It's a
cool map, yeah.
Where I think you mentioned on the last episode, but you have to there's 2 side towers. So there's 2 lanes. You can reach the enemy within 2 different lanes, which split into a middle lane, kind of a little bit like Arthi Basin. But both of those lanes do have a tower, so you have to actually get through a first tower before heading for that main base. So that's very, very cool, and I think it's like much harder to cheese. Yeah, very cool map. I'm excited, and we are gonna have the rocket towers, which, funny enough, was exactly the same combo we had in the beta or the soft launch when we played. I don't know if you remember, but at the end of that map, we had the rocket towers on that map as well.
Yes, so. Yeah. The rocket towers, and also there were a couple of PvE maps. Like if you what's he called?
Harvest Golem, right?
Yeah, it's on the Harvest Golem. There's obviously the Gazlo on the Barons, which is the guy who just has only rocket towers on all of his map.
Was it this one? Or
yes, he's got rocket towers, I think.
No, but isn't that the mission that looks like?
That's the mission that looks like the new map. So if you load that one up, it will look like the new map. And Gazlo has got rocket towers. So if you've ever wondered how rocket towers work, you can go and play Gazlo in the Barons, and he'll show you.
So this is it's pretty similar.
Yeah, this is very similar. Yeah.
Yeah. So there's the chest here, but you see it's similar, but then the left tower here would be ours, and that would be like the initial spawn. And like the chest is at the same place. The arrow, there's an arrow here as well. So yeah, kind of it makes me feel like it feels more like a traditional RTS map in my opinion. I don't know, just more balanced.
Yeah, a lot more in terms of like decision making going on, and yeah, it's a very interesting one. You can kind of zerg, you can rush the base, or you can kind of play more methodical and try and take control of the map. It's an interesting map that does look, like you said, very similar to this map. And so if you ever play this map, you'll get a good idea about how that PvP map operates. But it's going to be fun. I think it's going to be a cool change of pace. Again, no height advantage on this map, so we're not going to have any like funky height stuff going on. This is just all based on the ground. But there's plenty of like avenues. There's like basically 3 lanes to play through, and the only gold spawns in the map are those ones in the center. But I think Defias Bandits with Picklock are going to come back in a big way on this map, just mostly because the tower is right. The chest is right next to your base. So.
Yeah, I agree.
But yeah, like ultimately, I don't really have much to say on the season 2 remainder. I think like it's. I'm looking forward to the new rotations. I'm obviously looking forward to getting rid of Dragon Towers, and obviously we're going to have Clean Fight come back in, which, frankly, Clean Fight doesn't make a huge. It won't make a huge impact on the meta. I don't think the only thing. The only thing that I think.
Go ahead. Sorry.
I was going to get to it, big man. The only thing that I think it will impact is that towers will be much more takeable, obviously because fortifications dropped. So there'll be a lot of siege type options that weren't available to you because of fortification just being impossible. So yeah, I think that once we drop the fortification modifier, that's the biggest change. Rather than Clean Fight being like itself impactful, the fact that we're dropping fortification is going to be opening up a few more minis that we didn't really play previously.
Yeah, and that's exactly it. You're saying like it's going to be easier to take the base, but I just wanted to touch on the fact that like at the end of the Dragon Tower meta, people were playing. Everyone's going. Like a lot of people are going for that base with like Execute and like Maev's list and stuff like that. Because a lot of the time, like if you do take that base, it's pretty much impossible for you to lose. And like I think now right now before the whilst we still have a fortification, it's a 2-lane map, pretty much.
Yeah, sure.
But then when we do lose that modifier, it's going to be a 3-lane map again. And I think the rocket towers as well, it's going to be much easier to take. So it's going to feel completely different.
No, I kind of like that train of thought. It's something that I hadn't really explored too much, is that, I think there is a general safety of the map right now where you can afford to play kind of defensive chip away at the enemy base using spells, because you know that it's so difficult to take that side tower. And that's why it's so crushing when you do lose that side tower, because it's so difficult to take it back. So I think and there's probably going to be an element of people can play a lot more fast-paced decks that can put pressure on that side tower quicker, and that might then mean that you're not able to sit back and just execute the enemy base over and over again, because you can't afford to waste that kind of gold knowing that your side towers are much more vulnerable.
Yeah. No, that's a great point, actually. I don't think the spell cycle meta will actually stay here. Maybe the rocket towers will be enough to remove it, but if we still have some spell cycle lists that are still...
I think whilst fortification is up, we'll still have execute, because execute's just too good versus these high HP towers.
Yes, but you still have other ways of taking towers down, because like now you can actually get a Tyrion locked onto that base or something, or a Warsong Raider. So like there's other options other than like execute and stuff, right?
Agreed. It's just very slow.
For example, if you do that combo, if you do the Fieldsy combo or Tic Tac combo, or I'm going to call it the Excoundrel combo at this point, of like the execute skeletons and something else?
Quillbore.
And Quillbore. I mean, with that amount of gold, I'm sure we'll be able to take it down with something else like Warsong Raider and like Polymorph, or I don't know.
Yeah. There's I agree with you. There's probably a lot of stuff that's gonna change in that sense. But it'd be really interesting to see just kind of what opens up. Like I said, it's a short lane. It is a short lane to that tower, so that's why Warsong Raider I think gets a lot of value, because it's very quick to get your Warsong Raider onto that tower. And then Warsong Raider versus a non-fortified tower is going to take it super quickly. So I'm kind of excited to see if that plays out.
Yeah. So I guess, guys, we created I can give the hint. We created Sneed list for the rocket towers.
Sure. Yeah.
I'm just we'll close on that. But what is your PvP honor level for Sneed? Doesn't have to be
absolutely awful. I haven't played Sneed in PvP since the map before Alterac Valley.
Oh, I see. Okay.
So because you couldn't play him, it was impossible. So he's at 1700 at the moment. So
okay, well that's not that bad. That's not that bad.
He's my lowest rated leader. After that, the next one is Dracasath at 2800. So Sneed's just so far behind everybody else.
Okay, well, I'm gonna challenge you with our Sneed list that we created. Let's both see like at the end of tomorrow, I guess, or we'll put a time zone. Let's give us 24 hours. Let's see who pushes the more with our list. You want to do
we'll
that?
give it a go. Yeah, I'm down. I might not be able to play as much as you because I've got kids and it's Christmas Eve, but
Yeah.
I'll do my best. I will do my best to play as much as I can.
That's fair. I'm gonna sweat my ass off to get as far as possible.
Yeah.
All right. I think we're
I think we're
good
done.
here.
I think we're done. Yeah, I, as you might be able to tell, I am falling asleep at my desk. So
Yep.
I desperately need to go and get some sleep. But I've been having fun recording, and
we also both got COVID, so we're both dying.
So we're both running out of energy. But it has been a good episode. It's talked about a lot of things, and hopefully a little bit more positive this time around as well.
Yeah, it was very fun. Thank you again for episode 6. That's crazy.
Episode 6. I know we've now officially recorded about 12 hours of podcast content.
That's crazy.
So we've done a lot of it. But yeah, guys, if you haven't checked out that first episode, like I said, go and check out our Sneed deck in there. We built it on the fly. It was quite fun. I'll put that link into the description below. But for the time being, thank you for watching. Sorry that I was a bit tired towards the end of this episode. It is now nearly midnight, and I'm an old man. See you soon.